Hey, everybody, welcome to the Book Bar. It's Wednesday night, and that means we're talking Star Wars news. Tyler, this is our kickoff, our first official Star Wars news video. We do have a couple other skit videos on the channel, but this is going to be our first Star Wars news live, and you and I have got some pretty fun stories to talk about tonight.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of stories hot off the presses that I can't wait to talk about. I mean, it's time to, I've literally rolled up my sleeves so that we can get into this. Because, yeah, a lot of breaking stuff that we got to get into today.
Yes, breaking stuff that most of which came out a week or two ago, but we are all over it now.
Yeah, but we're on top of it now.
We're on top of it now. Yeah. Full disclosure, you can hear Tyler has a little bit of a cold, but he has a beer, his natural elixir, which obviously he's just going to get better and better throughout the stream. We've got just a couple of stories and then a fun little quiz for everybody tonight. These probably won't be as long as our Star Wars trivia videos, but we're going to roll with it and see how it goes. And with that, Tyler, let's jump right into our first story of the night.
All right, let's see what we got here.
This is my favorite Star Wars story that has come out.
This is really great.
This one is so good. And in the past, I don't even know how long, few months, where a judge, we're just going to say for the sake of the headline, rules that the Star Wars sequels are, quote, mediocre and schlocky. That's my favorite one. Mediocre and schlocky.
That's such judge verbiage too, schlocky. You know what I mean? Like you can tell that's an old curmudgeon of a judge without question, just from his use of the word schlocky.
Yeah, he definitely like pulled out his thesaurus there on that one, right?
Yeah. So what do you make of that story, Just? I mean, what's your take on the fact that we have an official ruling from a judge that the sequels were mediocre and schlocky?
But do we have an official ruling? That's the question. So let's take a look at this. I'm gonna read this just a little bit here. See if I can blow it up and make it a little easier for you guys to see. Is that a little better?
Yeah, I'd keep moving in a little bit and get out those.
Even one more?
Yeah, even one more. You know, just be crazy.
Well, but then it goes off my screen, I think. But okay. You guys can probably see a little bit.
That looks pretty good.
So let's just judge announces in court that The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker are mediocre films. This is just one of the best stories here. So Judge Kenneth K. Lee, a Ninth Circuit Court judge, has officially ruled, quote, The Last Jedi and, quote, The Rise of Skywalker are mediocre films in Star Wars.
Well, there you have it. Gavel, gavel, gavel.
Gavel, gavel.
It's been ruled. You know, I've given some passionate defenses of sequel movies. We've also given our fair share of criticism as well. But I mean, here we have it. I mean, it's in writing from the Ninth Circuit. So, man, oh man. Okay, let's keep moving on.
So it is. Well, here's the thing. The question is, did the judge really rule this? And now, even this article here from DesertNews.com says yes, sort of. And I would disagree. I would say no, the judge did not rule whatsoever that the Star Wars movies are, in fact, quote, mediocre and schlocky. You know, we'll skip over the facts of this particular case and how he's really using this as an illusory promise comparison as far as George Lucas selling Disney and then promising that they would be great films. He'd say that promise is illusory because George Lucas has no control over that at this point.
He can't actually make such a promise.
Yes, exactly. And so that's where this all comes from. But then I'm going to read this part of his opinion here. So we're just going to kind of skip down here. We're going to cut right to here. Conagra thus is essentially agreed not to do something over which it lacks the power to do. That is like George Lucas promising no more mediocre and schlocky Star Wars sequels shortly after selling the franchise to Disney. Such a promise would be illusory. And then you see this little footnote 5. Let's scroll down and see what footnote 5 is.
All right, let's see.
As evident by Disney's production of The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. Oh, that's so great.
Man.
It's just so great. So,
yeah.
You know, then they go into talk a little bit about the plan, but generally speaking, so if we're talking about this question, right? This question is, did he rule that? Well, the answer is essentially no, right? No, he did not rule that these, he used this as an analogy as part of his analysis. Typically, judges, I'm no expert by any means, but judges have an analysis, and really what becomes law in a court opinion is the judge's application. So when the judge applies law and things to a facts of a case, that kind of creates something that you'll see in legal opinions called a holding. That's the rule. And then sometimes when judges are just talking in opinions and they're saying other random things that aren't really, the law, they're not really making a ruling on anything. They call that dicta, and it's sort of an old Latin phrase. But basically,
the guy's definitely being a dicta. I totally agree. He's being a dicta.
A real dicta. However, this is brilliant. It's no harm, no foul. Again, he didn't make any legal ruling. Star Wars, these sequels are not legally bad, mediocre, or schlocky.
I don't know, Justin. I've seen My Cousin Vinny multiple times. I mean, I've seen it many, many times, and I just don't know if your case holds water. I'm pretty sure that the judge did make a ruling. He was talking to the two Utes that he had in front of him.
Yeah,
and he made the ruling that the movies are mediocre films. And I think that, we just have it in writing. We have to accept it and go with it. You don't need to blow our skirts up with all this fancy lawyer mumbo jumbo. It's right there in writing, Justin. All right, from the Ninth Circuit. So, and while we're getting into this, hey, Pop Sith, thanks for joining us, buddy. We also have we've got Penny Carson in there. What's going on? Penny from Australia.
Penny from Australia. The Sunshine Country.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Sunshine State. Beautiful. All right. Well, that is just such a great story. I died laughing when I first read that. Just a great use of that judge's time, making sure to just throw digs into Star Wars movies in his rulings. That's great.
I know, to be an attorney on that case and then to get that opinion and then be reading through it, especially if they were Star Wars fans.
Right.
I feel like that was getting shared around the office immediately.
Without question. It's
actually so great. Oh, man. All right. Well, let's move on to
what do we got next here?
Our second story here. And that is about John Boyega hinting somehow, after being so adamant that he was not going to be, I believe, quote unquote, Disney Plus. He said that very adamantly. He was not going to be Disney Plus. Now saying, what? Tyler, what is he saying? What is he saying to us now?
So essentially, he wrote out a list of demands, Justin, that he wanted to be met in order for him to return. And we actually, we looked up the articles that are breaking the story and the full, I guess you might call it like a rider that he put, this huge list of demands that he wants in order for him to come back. And so I think we've got a few of them here. I know I actually printed out some stuff.
Good.
That's got the list.
I actually got a leaked copy as well. I don't know if we have the same contract because I heard he has a lot of demands.
Yeah, it's big. Yep.
But it is really shocking, one, that he wants Kathleen Kennedy and J.J. Abrams to be involved in this, because it seems like he was particularly angry at them for assassinating his character. But
right.
All right. So what is this list of demands he's got? What do you got that he wants?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can start. I think you've got the list pulled up here. Let me take a look at my notes. So what do you see there, Gus?
So some of the notes that I have received through our anonymous sources about what Boyega is demanding to return to Star Wars and to be featured on Disney Plus. Number one was a redesigned poster with himself as the primary lead to be released in China only.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, that would make sense, because if you recall, in the Chinese poster versus the U.S. poster, we should have had this keyed up to show.
That's true,
he was really reduced to a very small part of the poster.
Essentially non-existent. They kind of just removed him in one of the most overt occurrences of racism I've seen with a movie poster.
I know. Let's be frank. That's exactly what it is.
Oh yeah.
And they just buried him in the corner of the poster there. So one, he wants that, and it has to be released only in China.
Right. Big F you to China there from
absolutely.
John Boyega. Yep.
I also heard that he wants his dressing room or trailer, whenever he films, to be filled with puppies, rabbits, bunnies, and other soft and fluffy animals, because it helps calm his nerves before a shoot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense to me. Yeah. I mean, that would calm my nerves before a shoot. Yeah. I've also got a few things here. Just I saw that he wanted one was a Cornish game hen. For what purpose I don't know, but it's not our job to ask questions. It's just it's
we don't speculate.
Just to provide him with what he wants.
Yeah,
a rum ham.
A rum ham. Yeah, I actually know someone who has a rum ham, and so maybe we can put in a call and
really okay
and help get that done. Yeah,
so we can kind of be like a third party that helps make this whole transaction happen. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, the character the person I know is fictional, so that could be a problem.
Okay, but are they available?
Well, I don't know. I guess we'll put in a call and we'll find out.
Okay, well, let's look into that.
Yeah.
It also says here, animals dressed like humans. I don't even know what that means. But
I don't think we need to go any further into that.
okay.
One.
Yep. It says here he wants to be greeted on set with only crisp high fives.
Only crisp high fives.
So,
He definitely seems like the kind of guy who, if you gave him a lazy high five, he would be like, "No, we're going to do it right." Right? Don't you think? Yeah,
exactly.
He seems like that kind of guy to me.
I've done that with handshakes a lot. You ever get those people you go in for a handshake and it's just a really limp, wet noodle? Yeah. Oh my goodness. It almost feels gross. Their hand it's always too sweaty. Yeah. So I've always, let's get in here. Let's have a good handshake. Right. So I could see John Boyega be like, no, let's get in here. Let's have a good crisp high five, That
makes sense. I've also had people almost break my hand with how hard they shake hands too. So, that goes both ways. Yep. All right. What else? Any other demands you had there?
I just saw one other thing. He wanted a solid gold record with only the song Lunch Ladyland by Adam Sandler on it. But I got to tell you, I'm actually going to put 2 on that list because I want one myself. So,
That is, wow, that one's very, very interesting. Understandable. Yeah. Great song. And so, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I also heard that each day of shooting, he has to have a bowl of M&Ms with all of the green M&Ms only removed from it on hand to eat.
Oh, gotcha.
Which I thought was weird.
Yeah, very much like who was that band? Motley Crue, Def Leppard. I don't remember. It was one of the old bands back in the day that did that same thing. Do you know why? This is the whole reason they were supposed to have actually done it, right?
Yep.
So the whole idea behind they're such prima donnas. They want all these particular M&Ms taken out. Their point was that people every time they were going to these different places weren't paying attention to the rider that they were putting in there. Weren't actually paying attention to the details. So they put this crazy thing in there to see if people were actually paying attention to the rider. But then obviously rock stars over the years got crazy. They're asking for monkey skulls, gold records with Lunch Ladyland on them, like John Boyega. It's got out of control. But, the crazy things in the rider started off innocently enough. And now, people like John Boyega are just going off the rails with it, man.
That's absolutely crazy. I know that one's weird. I also heard he wants a subscription to Good Housekeeping, the magazine.
Okay, now you're just going too far. Okay, like the other things so far, we've gone down the list and it's been like, okay, I can understand all those. Yeah. But to Good Housekeeping, are you kidding me? No, that's taking it one step too far. I can't follow him there.
Yeah, I have industrial strength toenail clippers, and so he must drink a lot of milk. He has strong what do you call that? Is it keratin that makes up your nails?
Yeah, like keratin or whatever.
Keratin,
stuff in your...
Okay, yeah. And then the last thing I have here is he requested a life-size Ray doll so that he has someone to yell at all the time.
Oh, yeah. That's why he wants it. So he has someone to yell at. Right.
Well,
anatomically correct Ray doll to be in his dressing room alone.
But I think he just wants someone to be able to go, Ray! Like no, 9 times every 2 hours and 20 minutes.
it's programmed to never look him in the eye.
Just totally ignore him and just force push him away.
Right. Okay. Well, there's his list of demands. I mean, I'm sure Disney's going to come through with all those.
Well, it is going to be tough to find all those things, but I mean, Disney has the power, the almighty dollar. So we'll see.
They got that moved out.
Let's move on to really, this is just our last story for our first live here. We said we're going to wrap this up pretty quick. And then as we keep these going, they might be longer and longer with more and more stories. But this last one, Tyler, you found, and this this one's really good too. It's not even really a story. It's just something funny.
What do you mean? This was huge. This was worldwide breaking news.
Breaking news. Star Wars Marionettes are now available at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And okay, we got to pull this one up too here. Let's go.
Yeah, you got to show a picture.
Yeah, here we go. And here we are. So for $49.99, that's right. You at home can get yourself a Darth Vader marionette, aspiring puppeteers, and Star Wars fans as well, or both. If you're both, that's great. You can now lock down look at how freaking weird that thing looks.
Oh my God, that is so great. And I mean, that's perfect for me. Ever since I watched Being John Malkovich, I've been really into puppeteering, but I really wanted to put like a sci-fi space opera fantasy spin on it. So these Darth Vader marionettes are just right up my alley. They really know how to market to a niche. That is for sure.
Well, here we go. Oh, he's got his lightsaber. There he is. Yeah. Okay. There he is, dangling around. Oh, you can see. Oh, look in the background here. You got some Ewoks and yeah, and a little Porg, and we got a Jabba the Hutt in the background there. Look at that. Oh, you can make him walk. Look at that. He's walking.
Oh my gosh. And I am falling apart here. Holy crap. Doing everything in my power not to just be coughing in the microphone the entire time.
Yeah, so that's why this is going to be a shorter stream. Tyler's really under the weather. He's not feeling very good at all. So,
but I'm staying strong for the people because the show must go on, even as my eyes water and I hack up a lung. The people demand it. So.
People demand. So there you go. If you want yourself a Darth Vader marionette, all you have to do is take a trip down to the Toydarian Toy Makers at Star Wars Galaxy Edge in Disneyland. Pay $49.99 plus the $400 or $500, whatever it costs to get in, and boom, you've got one.
And then it's yours. That's beautiful.
It's yours. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do for this short Star Wars news stream is we found a Father's Day Star Wars quiz on StarWars.com, and Tyler and I are both fathers. We are both big Star Wars fans, obviously. So we thought we would each take this quiz and see which Star Wars dad we are.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, I can dig it.
So here we go. Tal, you want to go first on this? Let's make sure I can got that up there. We can see it okay.
All right, let's give it a try.
All right. So Tal, you're going to go first. Question number 1. Might have to shrink that just a little bit. How would you describe your parenting style? Are you gruff, compassionate, hands-off? or protective?
He's a 2-year-old. He's practically an adult, for God's sakes. I just let him do his own thing. I'm very hands-off. I don't know. How should I mean, it's definitely a mix between hands-off and gruff.
That's
I would say compassionate. Let's say compassionate.
Okay. You are compassionate. What do we got a picture here of? The Bad Batch. Okay. What gift would you want to receive for Father's Day? A grill, something handmade, something to wear to work, or time spent together?
Time spent together with my kid? No, daddy needs a break for Father's Day.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I already have a grill, something homemade. I have plenty of hand-drawn portraits and stickers already on my fridge. So something to wear to work. So maybe a nice Star Wars tie. We'll go something to wear to work. How about that?
Okay, let's do that. What do we got here? Anakin. Okay. What gift would you actually receive for Father's Day? Would you get a card, a camping trip, a hug, or would you get stress?
At this point, it would be a hug, would be the extent of my Father's Day gift. The kid's 22 years old.
It's not like he's an adult yet. And,
right. He doesn't have it all figured out just yet. He's still, still at home. He's just working through some things. So I'd say I'd probably get a good hug.
There we go. Okay. That, of course, is Tatooine.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding before you freak out in the comments. What Star Wars location would you choose for your next vacation? Would you want to go to Ord Mantell, Mustafar, Corellia, or Sorgan?
Oh, man. I mean,
not super great choices here.
Not super great at all. I mean, Ord Mantell maybe in its height, but not anymore, right? Mustafar. I mean, maybe just to see Vader's castle. I mean, that could be a cool little trip, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Corellia. I guess it depends on how much money I have. Like, I bet there's some really cool places in Corellia I can go to, but if you're going in the slums, so I don't know. That's a tricky one. How about we say, let's go to Vader's castle. Let's check out Mustafar.
Mustafar it is. All right. Well, here we go. Now this, Tyler, is pod racing.
Okay.
What hobby would you like your kid to be interested in? Here's a good question. Fixing cars, fishing, art, or cooking? There is apparently none of the above answer here. You have to pick something.
Okay. Got to pick something.
You have to pick something.
I mean, if it's cooking, then maybe he can just make me delicious food all the time under the guise of him practicing, his art form. That's not bad.
That's how you do it.
Fishing, I like fishing. I haven't gone fishing a lot. Fixing cars, never been super into it. Art, I mean, it depends what kind of art. All kinds of things there. Let's go. Let's just go art. Very general. He's exploring art.
Art. Okay. Grogu stealing those cookies. That adorable little scamp.
Oh my goodness.
What hobby would your kid actually be interested in? Racing cars, snacking. That is to determine if your child is obese. Rescuing stray animals, or the Model UN.
Racing cars probably at this point. Very infatuated with cars. So
yes, he is. Okay.
Again, 22 years old. He just sits. He's got cars all over his walls.
If your car was a Star Wars ship, which one would it be? Your car. Would it be the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, because I'm always trying to fix it.
The Razor Crest or the Marauder? Is it the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, I'll say because I'm always trying to fix it and it never really works when it's supposed to.
That makes perfect sense. The Millennium Falcon it is. Oh, a little game of Dedrick there. What's your favorite type of Star Wars game? Do you like vintage board games, virtual reality? Now, you and I did that for the first time a few weeks ago.
We did.
And we had a blast. That was a lot of fun. We did. What is it called? It's called Vader's.
The one where you're just kind of in that arena and you're fighting, and then Vader comes out from the center of the floor. I forget exactly what that was called. Yeah, but it was actually pretty awesome.
And there's been a couple of them, a couple versions. This is the first time we've ever played it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Regular video games or role-playing games? I assume he's blowing his nose.
Doing lines of blow. I mean, that's why my nose is running so bad.
Keeping it real.
Because I'm still on those rails, baby. I don't know. That's got to be maybe a vintage board game could be fun, but I would probably just go with video game.
All right. I mean, Epic Duels is one of my favorite board games of all time. And
we've had so many hours of fun playing that game.
Yeah, that game's got to be about 15 years old now. Such a great game.
Oh yeah, Pop said it's called Vader's Immortal.
Vader's Immortal. Yes, thank you, Pop said. Yeah, we played that at D&B's a few weeks ago for the first time. We had a friggin' blast. It was awesome. Choose your Star Wars mentor, Tyler. I assume it's Mon Mothma. Do I even need to ask the other questions, or is it just Mon Mothma? Qui-Gon Jinn, Boba Fett, or Luke Skywalker?
Oh, I mean, it's got to be old Lukey Sky for sure. Without a question. That's him and I. We've got nicknames for each other. He calls me Tyler. I call him Lukey Sky. It's a really cool relationship.
He calls you No.
Yep.
Lukey Sky and number 10. Here we go. Oh, classic scene there. C-3PO, little Luke Skywalker, R2. Here you go. Can you name that droid right there in the bottom in the corner?
Oh, I forget the one with all the little hooks and
spider leg kind of
gadgetry on it. Nah, I forget its name.
Yeah.
Gosh, and we call ourselves Star Wars trivia competitors. We can't remember the name of that droid. That's
Alan Rickman. No, I'm kidding.
You're right.
Pick a Star Wars film to watch this weekend, Tyler. You only get 4 choices. They are A New Hope, Return of the Jedi. You don't even get the best original movie, in my opinion. Revenge of the Sith.
Which is, I'm actually watching Empire Strikes Back right now for our trivia on Tuesday, trying to prep for it. Awesome movie too. Yeah, my favorite of the originals. Absolutely love it.
I love that.
So of the ones we have up here, I gotta go with Revenge of the Sith. I mean, just so much going on in that movie. Gotta go with it without a question.
Revenge of the Sith it is. And Tyler, here you go. You're Han Solo.
Look at that. Well, a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one.
I smuggle, not snuggle. Tyler, there was a time in your life that you couldn't have imagined even having a partner, let alone a kid. Yet here you are. Although you maintain a tough exterior and are a pro at making jokes to deflect your emotions, this is literally almost spot on.
This is getting too real.
Who know you best can attest that you're actually a big softie, and that comes across when it comes to helping your kid. Wow, that is surprisingly spot on. Tyler, you're Han Solo.
Okay,
you are
I'll take it.
I feel like Carrie wouldn't be super excited about that because that does mean you're going to disappear for years on end at some point.
I think she already suspects that's coming.
Your son is going to turn to the dark side, of course.
Yeah.
And murder children. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but still, that's a pretty cool one. That's
neat.
All right, so I'm going to take this thing. I'll take it a little quicker now that we've seen all the answers. So here we go. My parenting style. Boy, I'm going to say I'm more protective than compassionate.
Protective. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to go there. What gift would I want to receive? I mean, I have a grill. I'm not big into handmade things.
Yeah,
something
you're
to
a
wear to
griller.
work or time spent together. I'd say depending on what we do. Well, I mean, I have a grill. I'm just saying, what
You grill a lot.
well, yeah, I do grill a decent amount, but
Yeah, but you're not.
something to
Yeah.
wear to work. But I'm gonna say time spent together,
Oh,
assuming that
okay.
I get to choose what we do as Father's Day, right? I
There you
get to
go.
pick. Okay. What gift would I actually receive? I agree. I would also get a hug. That's what I
Okay.
would get compared to these things, or possibly stress. What Star Wars location would I visit? Again, I have to copy you there and say Mustafar to go see Vader's castle. I
Right.
have these,
And on top
yeah,
of that, can you imagine standing on the place where Obi-Wan cut Anakin's
had the
limbs
high
off and
ground.
just say, I have the high ground. I mean, for the
It's over,
pictures and the
Anakin.
video of that alone, it would be worth
Oh,
going to Mustafar.
you,
I mean,
you're
no
right.
question about it.
That's got to be a hotspot for tourists. Like, I
Yep.
mean, and that was pun intended, by the way.
Literally and figuratively, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's got to be tons of pictures taken there. It's got to be, guys in cargo shorts and black socks up to their knees, and I mean, like that, just tons of old white guys there taking those pictures.
Absolutely, yeah. Vader's just looking out his window. What is going on out there?
This place is a joke. What hobby would I like my kid to be interested in? Out of the ones listed here, I'm going to say cooking. I would like it if he were a good cook. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I
What would he
almost picked
actually
that.
Be interested in? I don't think it would be racing cars or rescuing stray animals. With my son, it would probably be the Model U. Well, I have two, but I mean, snacking. It's going to be snacking.
It's going to be snacking.
That's the hobby that they'd be most interested in. If my car was a Star Wars ship, I think mine would probably fit the TIE Fighter mold best. Tyler, would you say?
Okay.
Kind of smaller and sleeker and
right.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to go with the TIE Fighter for mine. My favorite type. Now, this one's going to be tough because I feel like if I ever got one of those virtual reality, like Oculus things or whatever that we were looking at when we went to Dave and Buster's,
right?
I feel like I would play that a lot. And I think it'd be a lot of fun to play. And I like Star Wars video games. And you and I talked about doing some more and streaming those for the channel. Yep. And I do like role-playing games, video games, but not necessarily role-playing board games, but vintage board games. Again, Epic Duels is probably my favorite board game of all time. We have played that hours and hours and hours on end. So I'm going to say
we talked about doing a game night with that one day too, just playing that live. That would be fun because it's been years, but we used to play it all the time.
Yeah, it would be fun, at least for us. Maybe not fun for other people to watch, but it would be fun for us. Choose my mentor. Oh, man. To me, this one's between Luke and Qui-Gon. And I don't know. I think Qui-Gon has a little more of that feisty attitude like I can have it sometimes. So I'm going to go with Qui-Gon for my mentor.
Oh, okay. I like that. Yeah, Popsith, I missed it, said that Marth Dahl was live there at Mustafar. He's talking about our on-scene correspondent. That's right. I almost forgot about that. It'd be worth it just to see everything he saw there too.
That's true. Marth Dahl was there. Now, if you could tell he was reporting from a spaceship because he couldn't get down there. Yeah. So he didn't actually stand on the high ground, but Marth Dahl was there reporting live from his spaceship. You could see everything going on in the background. But still, it was a moment that he told us a lot about behind the scenes. He was very excited to have been there for that iconic moment. During Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. And so last one, what film am I watching this weekend? So if it's literally, it's going to be Return of the Jedi because I've already begun prep for my next turn in trivia, which is in less than 2 weeks for Return of the Jedi. But if it's just like the kids and the family are gone and I'm going to crack a beer and I want to sit on the couch and really enjoy a movie, it's going to be Revenge of the Sith.
Smoke a Cuban cigar, and you're going to watch Revenge of the Sith.
I'm going to watch Revenge of the Sith. Yeah.
There it is.
I'm the Mandalorian.
Wow,
here we go. All right. I'm Din Djarin. All right, let's read. Now, Tal, you got to read this one to me.
It's a good thing you're covered in armor because you're not tough at all. So that actually really works out.
That makes perfectly. Can you see that to read it? You got to read it to me.
Plus, just to prevent me from coughing the entire time, you might want to read it.
All right. So that's a fair point. The kid's coming with me. Beyond your biological parents, you were raised by some strong parental figures who gave you a fierce sense of unity and compassion for those in need. Your child undoubtedly benefits from these traits. As you have proven, you will do anything to protect them. And that's me. I think, I'm probably more of a Han Solo like you, but I'll take the Mandalorian. I can live with that.
That's absolutely
a pretty good one. Yeah.
Yep. I was really expecting like a Jawa or a Sand People for you. So I got to tell you, you really lucked out with a Mandalorian. That's not bad.
Yeah, well, being a sand person parent would be bad because then you're like kidnapping slaves who happen to have birthed Anakin Skywalker, and you're just going to get your entire family murdered. So that's bad parenting. Bad parenting by the sand people.
Yeah, I'd live on the outskirts, from wherever we're like kidnapping and keeping people, just so if a Jedi shows up because we happen to kidnap one of their loved ones, we can just beeline it out of there right away. He's not going to find us. He's too busy killing all the kids like in the center of the village. You know what I mean? So you have to have solid escape routes. So you got to think about this kind of stuff if you're a sand person,
I agree. It's bad parenting, bad planning on their part. Big mistake. Big mistake. Yeah. Popsa says, if I want in if y'all play Battlefront 1 or 2. And so we did talk about this. Now, I've heard that Battlefront 3 is in the works and that it could be coming out maybe early next year. And we both have Switches. So like Nintendo Switches, right? But I don't have a PS5 or anything like that. Like my kids play the Switch. And there's really not any good Star Wars games for the Switch right now. There's really not. Now, the entire Skywalker Saga Lego game comes out, but not till like December.
Right. Yeah, because I've got a PlayStation. I have just a badass computer too that can play these games. But good old Justin over there, he's got a Game Boy and a Switch.
I do. Game Boy Advance. I have a Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance. I'm sorry. So yeah, it's harder to find something, but we'll find it out. But the Lego one would be fun to play. Just get drunk and play the Lego Star Wars on stream. Could be a lot of fun.
It would be. And Pop says, we will definitely let you know if we do this because we don't know anything about it. And so we thought if we bought systems or Battlefront 2 or whatever, like comes out for Switch, I don't think it's out for Switch. We were like, we should literally just like start knowing nothing about the game and just stream our whole journey as we get murdered by everyone mercilessly because we don't know how to do anything. And then you can see our progression as we slowly go from being the worst to hopefully mediocre and schlocky.
Slightly better than the worst, and that's about it. And that's about as far as
mediocre and schlocky would be fine. Because that's a callback. See how I did that?
That was nice. Callback. Very good.
So, thank you very much. So, Pop said, "Do you have an Oculus?" Oh my goodness, that is
an Oculus octopus. 5 recipes. Octopus.
Xbox, Switch, PS5. Man, I only have a Switch, but that Oculus, it's looking good, man. It looks good. I bet that's awesome.
Indeed.
But. Well, hey, guys, that's it for us. We're going to wrap this one at 35 minutes. That's not bad. I think in the future, these videos will probably run around an hour. We'll have a few more stories for you. Again, it's our first one. We wanted to test this out. We'll have some skits probably and some short video clips like we do in the Trivia Live. So these are only going to get better and funnier probably.
And good old Tyler is really struggling today. So
yeah, Tyler's not feeling good. So
I'm trying everything in my power to hold on for dear life. I can't believe I made it almost 35 minutes. So it was pretty
great. Good. The cocaine has done great. It's really kept you going. Congratulations. So you did it, Tyler. You did it.
I appreciate it.
And thank you all for being here. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And again, look at that. We did all. Okay. And again, a thank you to all of our Patreon members. Our nerd level 1, 2, and 3. We are on Patreon. And of course, our council member, Templar Pops. Thank you so much for all the support. If you are interested in supporting us on Patreon, there is a link down in the description. No pressure. But if you don't sign up, you're dead to us. Just kidding, probably.
Right.
No. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, guys. We'll see ya.